right, we are going live very soon. Let me go ahead and do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. Can you guys even hear me? You can hear me, right? Testing,
I hear
testing,
you.
testing. Excellent, excellent. Ladies
I
and
can hear.
gentlemen, we are live again. Sorry, there was a technical difficulty earlier, and we are back again and we are live. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Attah-Edeh, Anyawuna Waroha, one of our people. But your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4ShoT's, and it's a pleasure to have you on the other side of the listening wave. Please welcome you guys to the show. I have a bunch of guests that are even live with me at the moment, so this is going to really be an interesting episode. So, I want you guys to cast your gaze behind me. That's the Eddy4ShoT's podcast page. So you guys go there, like and subscribe. Today is a very epic episode because why? We just hit our 170th subscriber. And I'm very sure that one of the person is actually on the show, and I was listening in earlier as well. The last 269th and 170th subscriber, we got it today, and so I'm very honored and thankful to both of you guys who are here making it possible to have this show go on. So thank you, gentlemen, ladies, for joining us. The topic of the show is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be on. I'll let you guys know after I introduce my guest. What we do is I'll pop the camera up and introduce everybody into the show. Let me do this. All right, let me pull it into more. There we go. So we have everybody on camera. Yeah, perfect. So everybody, you guys can all hear me, correct? All right,
Yep.
perfect. All right, perfect. Now allow me to give you guys the floor. You guys are good. Okay, I guess it's just you and I then. No problem. We can make this happen. We'll do it in a way that okay. Hold on. How about yeah? That way, it's me and you, and while we are in depth conversation, and we can put it side by side anyhow we want. So yes,
Mhm.
please, could you introduce yourself, my guest? Tell us who you are. Tell us what it is that brought you to this show. Yes.
All right, let's see. How do I introduce myself? Um, I think let me start at the beginning. So my name is Dubem Isabel. I am. I mean, you guys can hear my name, so clearly I'm Nigerian. I'm Igbo, Nigerian boy, Igbo, raised in Port Harcourt. Forget the accent you're hearing. It just happens from time to time. I That's what I have to say. I'm old, slightly old enough. Yeah. Uh, I stay in the US. I teach special education right now. Actually, no, I don't like saying from now because it makes it sound finance. Finance.
Finance. Okay. You
Yeah,
teach
it makes
finance.
that finite. That's the right word. I teach special ed. I love my kids. Oh, I keep dogs.
Aw, how many of them do you have? Oh, but you know what? Up top,
Oh,
you awesome.
this is the mother. So,
Oh, it's a mother and a baby.
yeah, this is Chloe.
Oh, hi,
Chloe is a
Chloe.
mixed breed. Chloe is a mixed breed Shih Tzu.
Okay,
This is her pup.
let me see her up close.
Chloe.
Wow.
Okay.
Hi.
You say hi to the nation. This is
Hi,
one of the
Chloe. Hi.
so you may hear noises in my house because the cut of
Because
a few of them.
hi.
The next one
Hi.
just came. This is another
Oh,
one.
there's another one. Yeah.
And then actually,
Wait.
woo,
There is more. There's more
you may think
puppies.
that's
Oh,
all.
there's more puppies. No. Okay. I'm
One,
cheesing right
two.
now because I love puppies. What? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have puppies on the show. Come join us on this show. This is awesome,
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't
What?
named them yet because if I name them, I'll actually have to think about them. But the way I look
Oh,
at it in my head, I'm like, silly thing one,
it's
silly thing
little
two,
too. It's
silly
little
thing three.
three. That way you can at least when you if you have to give them away for adoption, you can give them away for
Oh,
adoption.
because I'm annoyed about that birth. You see this pram silly thing. She was on my bed
Yeah.
and she gave birth. All of a sudden, I'm in the night. I turn, my hand touches something wet. I wake up because when
She
your hand.
did it
Imagine
right
you.
beside you. That she trusts you a lot for her to have done it
I
right
woke
there.
up. I say, and I saw this three silly
There's
things.
three things just like crying and like looking for air and looking for milk. Oh my
And
goodness.
it's not the first time. She's done it before. You had six on that same bed the last time.
What? So she's
No,
comfy right there.
look at her.
Look at
You can
her.
still
She's a
see her
big girl. How
parents.
old is she?
I do not remember. I'm that bad. But the
Wow, that
pops
you're
are
a
pops
terrible
are
dad.
the pops are
You're a
getting to the
dog
2 months.
dad. Well, anyways, that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and start the show. Today's topic, I'll introduce it because we've been talking about it before. I wrote it down earlier in the first part of the show, but what we had was a technical difficulty. So, I'm glad that we can do it again, and everything has been sorted so far. But what I did was I lost my two guests who are watching, live with us, and hopefully you guys will rejoin us back, and we can share more of this topic, as it goes. So what I'll do now is I'll bring what is on this screen over there because um, I don't want to have an echo going on in the background. So I will do mirror the built-in screen display. Boom. There we go. Now we make this. Oh, here our third guest is joining in. Hello, Gloria. You are on speaker. Hi, welcome to the Flight on the Wall podcast.
Mm-hmm. The
You're on
podcast
speaker.
podcast with the pops.
Welcome to the Flight on the Wall podcast. How can we assist and help you? Welcome. Can you introduce yourself? Can you join on the link? I sent you a new link.
Oh, okay.
Please join us, please.
Okay. Let me hang up and call you back.
You said okay. Go ahead, do that. All right, perfect. So she's gonna hang up and she's gonna call me back. Let me see. Oh, let's see.
I'm liking her voice. Is she single?
You ask her then, and let's find out.
That's
Somebody
you.
said
That's you.
already
Give us more of the. Let me know how to start my problem. Put the problem start.
Ooh, what happened? Let me see. Let me send the new link. Sorry. Check this one out. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Oh, Mama is watching it. It's this. I want to watch. Okay. Join. Please. We want to hear your input. You can't join in. Click on the link. Mama wants to join. We want to talk about the topic today. This is a very interesting topic. It's about traveling. Yes, traveling.
Yeah.
It's an easy topic, Avi.
It's a hot topic.
It's a hard topic. Are you
It's a very
kidding
hard
me?
topic. Because some of us are what the current crop of women these days called internationally homeless.
I don't think it's that. Oh, it's not that scary traveling. People travel all over the world. People do all sorts of things around the world traveling.
I think I don't know, maybe it's because I initially I used to like no I'm trying to slow actually I've been slowing down, especially that's why I changed jobs. But like before where I traveled, there's a reason why that nickname came up.
What's your nickname?
Internationally homeless. I'm not joking. I'm actually serious. It was actually a name that got called here.
Internationally homeless because you don't have a home country or a home destination. You are always on the move in the places that are.
I put it this way, it's not just my job per se. There was more like my job, when you have a certain job and you're raised a certain way, you have a certain interest.
Yes.
When I came to America, especially because I lived in the UK before this, I used to be the kind of person that if something catches my eye, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So I was the kind of person who, for all the women who are there who are looking for a lover boy, I was back then. That's in my youthful days. I was the kind of guy there was a girl who I was with. Then I was interested in her. Blah blah blah. Story. I literally flew from here to London, see her for 3 hours, and came back.
To just fly there for only 3 hours. That's money. Money.
No,
you might even start a dating show on this show.
Not just that, more like at the same time, I also had to be like I was like a proper physicist back then, so I had to be at the conference in Denmark as well. So instead of flying direct to Denmark, I went to England
Oh, we
first.
have another guest. Look at that. Awesome. So this one is a no, I don't see her microphone or his microphone. Okay, good. Well, we have another guest. Let's go. We are popping off today. We are popping off today. We are
That
joined.
name.
Yes, you can turn on your camera. You can join us. Allow us to. I can restart this again because we'll make this happen. And then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, one and all. You know, we have guests joining us from all over the world, from Nigeria, from America. You, Dubem, where are you at?
I mean, what do you mean where I'm at? I'm in the US.
You're in the US. The people online don't know where you are. So we want to tell them where you are so that you can know. And those people that are joining us, you can unmute or tell us who you are or what you can share with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what it is that brought you to the podcast. And what do you guys think about the topic traveling? Perfect timing. It is 12:12. Let's make this happen, okay? I know I have to be somewhere by 1 p.m. I'm so late, but we'll make it happen.
Busy man.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm so glad you guys could join me. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Prince Dr. Eddy Attah-Edeh, Anyauna Waroha, one of Abugo. But your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4ShoT's. I am a man that wears many hats. I happen to be wearing a hat of a podcaster right now and a host of this show. I have a few of my friends joining me. This is amazing because, you know, it's very rare that I have all of them join at the same time. They normally join like somehow in between the show, and then like I have to like keep moving this 15 minute segment. But this is perfect that we have everybody here at the same time. I will go ahead and say, hey, guys that are joining, if you want to say something, please go ahead and say something. Those that I want to contribute to the show, I want you to contribute. If you have your questions, send in your questions, and I'll actually put it on the chat. And you guys will see it down here. It will be reading down there. Like you see, like, oh, what question you guys asked? Like for example, let me show you a question somebody put up here. Let me not do a question. I'll allow you guys to introduce yourselves, and then I'll go ahead and Adi himself, Adi Nonga. I'm very glad that you could. Yes, welcome. So please introduce yourself.
I greet you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well done, Chief.
So please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are. Tell the
What's up,
world who you
house?
are. Yes.
I'm Dr. Somto. I've known Dr. Emeka for some time. I don't really know what this is about, but he just sent me a link. I was like, sure, let me just come on board and see what is happening. So it's great to be here. As you can see, I'm actually walking down the road. I'm actually heading somewhere.
Thank God.
Healthy living. I don't blame the doctors. They're always living healthy. They walk. They don't drink alcohol. They look at one of them. Money is wearing suits.
We can concur to only one of that.
What? Don't see me. Just wait, that it's 10 years. You guys say I can't go back to school.
Yeah.
Doctor title.
Yes. Welcome to the show, Somto, Dr. Somto. Thank you for coming. Dr. Dubem, thank you for joining us. And I have one more guest who's been an official AI as well. We have two AIs on the show. One is joining us live, listening in with Mama. The other one is also joining us, but just on the show, but being very quiet and secret. It's fine. It's fine. We are traveling through space and time, and the topic of today is traveling, and we happen to have somebody who is doing the most famous way of traveling, or the first way of traveling that we are all aware of, which is walking. That's why I was overjoyed. When I just saw you on the street. I'm like, yes.
Dr. Somto, you are in the US as well, right?
No, I'm in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah, Nigeria.
Yes. So I have to look before I cross the road. I have to be careful also. You know, we hardly have. Please, hold on.
A whole senior man like yourself, if you enter the road, the car will stop for you. You don't have to look left or right.
It doesn't work like that, yo. There is,
Boy, forget this year. See, we Nigeria raised the Potako boy
yeah,
born that year. Get where
you
you
have to
carry
watch where you are going here.
nothing, everything will stop for you. But let me tell you
No,
now, like,
with
back to Sha.
apparently with the price of petrol, most people don't look at the road anymore. They
That's
say
even
they
the
look at their fuel gauge.
see,
They focus on their fuel
with the
gauge.
price of
So
Eddie, you're laughing. Now, you see why I like this young man. He says something that until the day you buy car, you don't have money to put fuel in your car, you will not hear this statement.
you will
They get
understand, of course.
and you will not slow down because the difference in how the fuel will change when you slow down is so plenty. Truly, wait, see, let me start busting you guys, man. I know I look like a young man. I'm old. Though. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
born in the days when Nigeria was we were still doing what? I think when I got my first car in Nigeria, I think we were still doing 60 naira a liter.
What?
So, yeah,
Wow,
but yeah, I got my first car
that
around
was
60. Yeah,
16 naira.
now
yeah, we're doing 60 naira.
now
I remember we had
now petrol is about 1,002 per
so
liter.
because I remember that time. I used to joke that Evian water was 120 now, was 120 naira a bottle. The bottle was one liter. And I used to joke about it that we buy well, yeah, because that's the thing. Maybe it's why the older generation is a bit more annoyed with Nigeria. It means so 1 liter bottle of water we were drinking was cheaper than no, was more expensive than putting 1 liter of fuel in my car. It was 60 naira. Yeah,
Water was cheaper than fuel.
yeah. I had
So that
60.
song that one they cool sang say get one time where water 1 naira equals to $1, be something like that.
It's a factual thing. No, it's why I used to laugh at. It's a factual thing. It is factual.
How
I
money have
bought,
traveled.
I bought 60, I bought 65, then we jumped to 70. Then the year we started complaining was when it was 72 because first of all it was a funny joke. Because who has 1 naira note? It's like
That
72.
is true. That
Then
is
we now had the jump.
is
We entered 180. So we jumped from 72 to 180, if I remember.
true.
Just me, I left the country before we started seeing our true shege, the 1,000. But I
When did you
believe
leave?
I think I left Nigeria when 2008 or 10, one of the two.
What mode of transportation did you use to leave Nigeria? Did you start with bike? Did you use bus? Did you use
It's a long story. We first started with leg
okay.
because we walked to the location where the car took me to the airport. Then we now walked again to the airport.
Hmm.
Then sat down.
Okay.
Then walked to the plane. And the plane.
If the plane took you to the next country. Now, my question is this: for those that are flying for the first time, right? Is there any difference between sitting in front of the plane and behind the plane or in the middle of the plane?
Well, I don't know who is flying first, but like my first time I ever flew on a plane. I used to think that I started flying late, but then I'll be honest. Then I realized that apparently I'm actually very opportune. Not because my family is opportune, but more like I was raised in an opportune situation in Nigeria. I don't think people don't get how wonderful the country was when I was born. The country was actually really amazing. I got my first job even before entering university.
Hmm.
That was how it was. Me, I was born in Port Harcourt under Odili's regime. At that point, all you had to do was be smart. Not even really be smart. Have small sense, sit an exam. We were like our future was planned for us. If I stayed in the country, I already knew where I was going to end up being. As a Port Harcourt person, normal now. And eventually would have ended up in NNPC or one of the like loads of companies always there. Work. I mean, we had Total, we had Shell, we had ND. In fact, if you wanted to go to government, we had NDDC, we had Halliburton. Like a lot of my friends to today self are still in the oil companies in Nigeria. That's why it's kind of what influenced my first degree in general physics.
In general
My
physics.
first job.
You're a physicist, right? I want to bring this question to the house and how he has gone from, a guy who used to cross road in
That's why it went off.
Hello? Oh, sorry. Did you say something? Something? Okay, I think he didn't. Network cut him off. He's probably on the phone. Sorry, I want to bring this question to the house. I'm ask, like, you've traveled around your life. You've gone from place to place and place to place. What is the goal of traveling? Is it the destination or the journey?
The journey.
Mm.
Like,
Let's say
although I say it's the journey, but at the same time, you yourself who is traveling has to have an endpoint. I started traveling because two reasons. One, I knew at the end of the day, my life has to make sense. That was one of the endpoints. I didn't bother where I was going or what I'm doing, but I knew at the end of the day, my life had to make sense. The second thing is I wanted to I don't know how to put this in English, but the the way I put it, I wanted to not really succeed, but more like achieve. So
what's the difference
that's
between succeeding and
whenever I'm doing shy, it's a progress of the final endpoint. Even though today I don't even know the endpoint yet, but it's why I've jumped around. I'm like, Port Harcourt, all of a sudden, I entered Lagos. Stayed in Lagos for many years. From Lagos, Warri, from Warri back to Port Harcourt, from Port Harcourt,
where's my
London.
globe? We have props on this show.
From
Okay.
from Port Harcourt, London. From London, I was in at least UK.
Port Harcourt to London. From Port Harcourt to
So I
London.
went to, like London, where everyone UK, where everyone people know London, to East Midlands. From the East Midlands, I now came to the US.
To the US.
From US that year, where did I go next? I went to Canada.
Canada.
From Canada back to Nigeria.
Nigeria.
So I was in Port Harcourt. No, actually Lagos. I was in Lagos. From Lagos, I went to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
You want to find another globe?
Abu Dhabi, fine. I always put it outside. Abu Dhabi is somewhere in this area. Yeah, Abu
Dhabi back to the US, and that's where I've been. I haven't traveled.
Back to the US.
I haven't traveled since then.
Back to the US, and he hasn't traveled since then. Traveling have made you go around this little globe. You've gone around at least one hemisphere of it, where like 90% of the people live. So if you are traveling, 99% of your traveling will be done in this part of the hemisphere, and probably not in this part of the hemisphere.
I will try. If I show you, my papa will don't do past me. Oh, that wonderful. The person I know that collected. I think that man is the reason why Nigeria started giving us extended booklets.
Wow, that's so. Yeah. Tell us more about your traveling experience. What has been a good traveling experience? Because I know me, if I'm traveling, right, I like to have my comfort necklace, and so like I will travel with this guy around my neck.
I know be doctor. I know get money like all these people. Please, look at him. He wore suit and then please, you see this robe. Before anyone yab me and says,
no. If somebody look at me and look at you, who they say has money right now?
You now. Titles MD, ENG, IOT, CCNA, PC. What is my own? You sell Lord of Kerry.
Lord of Kerry. Lord of Kerry might mean many things. Lord of Kerry can mean, owner of this shop, Kerry shop, owner of that place, Kerry shop. It could be any number of things, right? You don't have to think of it as bad, for sure. One thing I want to incorporate on this show later on is to be showing people like videos and pictures on this projector that I have on the wall. The studio has been growing and getting better.
He has projector on his wall. What do I have in my own? It's not to balcony. Not to balcony. And an old. Okay, well, I do have an old. This is actually. So this
Look at that.
This is an old school original Spider-Man painting from the back in the day.
Oh wow!
Where I have this, it's a funny story. I was
tell us about it. There's a traveling story there. Let's tell us about this traveling story.
So I used to in America. One of the jobs I worked here was I worked with special needs kids. So I was trying to do a program where we take them into the community. How to teach them how to like go into a store, shop, and everything. And so I'm doing shopping with a couple of them. We go to a thrift store, like just a random store. We have a budget and everything. The company is paying. We have this very slim budget. So at this thrift store, that's the place where they sell things donated. And like all the kids are picking what they want, trying to stay in the budget. Then I see this thing. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I saw the price. I'm like, no, this is not an original.
This is not original.
But then actually, you see if you look at it, so the frames are correct, but the bottom frame is gone. I actually damaged that thing in the store because I had to take out the bottom frame. My mind kept telling me take out the bottom frame just to look at it to see if it was an original.
What?
And then I realized it was the way I could pay for the thing there and then I did.
Immediately, you ran out. You're like, thank you kindly. Don't worry, I'll take this out of here gently.
Only thing is that it's not. If it was the older one that it should have been, if it was like 2 years older, it would have had Stan Lee's signature on it. That's the
wow.
So it just means it is 2 years later. So it's not. It is
a collector's item.
Yeah, but it just doesn't have his signature. So that's traveling. Then what else were we talking about before
Yes.
Actually,
no, lots of topics.
Let's change the topic a bit because I'm a very useless person. I like to change.
I love traveling through topics. Let's go.
And one thing I want to say, because I'm guessing, let's assume we have loads of people from Nigeria here. And one thing I say for us, especially when we talk about traveling, we all are all worried and everything about the passports. Let me not lie. To travel in Nigeria it's not that it's not easy. It's stressful. But let me say one thing. It's Nigerian passport I've used to do all this while, even to today.
That's what has carried you around the world.
Yeah. It's just the way I put it this way. Like you need to carry yourself with one level of arrogance that I'm being honest, it's called
boisterous presence.
When even though you get shingbai, you are useless. You get
pocket coins, get. Where's your piggy bank has been broken 3 times.
Carry yourself with that kind of confidence that even when they want to deny you, you yourself are ready to deny yourself before they deny you. It will shock them.
They'll be like, who's this?
They will give you that thing. It will shock them that they will give you the visa.
Tell us an experience that you've had that you seem to be very, very, how will I say, that is very detailed from what you are saying. Tell us more.
I'll give you one example. And this one, it wasn't embassy. This was border control. Okay. Funniest story in my life. I got to the UK. I was admitted into a good school and everything. I got my visa. I was at the airport. I've traveled, left Nigeria. I've entered UK. I'm walking. I'm in the line. Long. You know why I love being in Nigeria? Nigeria is a country where if you come to Nigeria with your green passport, you're on a long queue. If you enter any other country, you are still on a long queue for immigration. I got to UK, border control. I had a long queue. Wait there. I got to the front. This man asked for my documents. I brought her the documents. So student visa, everything. She saw everything. This woman actually went and looked up the school fees and made a statement. I was like, how are you able to afford these fees as a Nigerian?
I have heard that exact same statement. Really?
You know what I told her?
Please go ahead.
Very simple. I said when you carry yourself with confidence. Arrogance what you don't get. I don't get shingbai for pockets. Nothing.
I like
what you did there. I told her I don't know. And she asked me, what do you mean? I said, I don't know because the school that is paying for me. I said it in one sentence. Say a scholarship student go to argue about how much the school fees is.
No, they don't argue that at all.
Don't argue it. I don't know. So let me. I'm actually passionate about it because, in one sense, it is. Look, we understand how our country is. Even if you are good in your country, we get looked down a lot.
We do.
So,
and I can tell you, like from my own experience too, that has been a very grand.
We really get looked down a lot. It is even me that I teach middle school here. You know how many people are still asking me about? Oh, I'm amazed your English is great. Or like even that one stuff is okay. I don't mind that. It's the fact that there are some people who have known me for 7 years, and it's just now that I realize I'm Nigerian. We're like, oh no, we always assume you are English. Like, which one is English?
I'm on stream.
So because I speak English in a nice way and everything, you just assume I was British. No, I'm a bloody Nigerian.
Hello.
So when it comes to traveling,
I say I'm on the stream.
I'm on
even
stream.
if you don't have it, pretend.
Let's go.
Let's keep pretending until you make it, because it's a bit dehumanizing, especially because of how we as Nigerians, you know, why you see fella said the suffering as well. Why are you so suffering? It's not a bad thing for us. But don't, like, you know, as a Nigerian, you suffer, but you can still do one day and be happy.
Yeah.
So when it comes to all these people who are trying to, like, minimizing your suffering, that's why you show your full chest. Even if they are rejecting you there, try your rejection as if reject yourself before they reject you.
Where your rejection, like,
Where your rejection
put
go,
on honor.
do you?
You're right. You're very, very correct. Thank you for sharing that moment with us, because you know, thank you for sharing that moment with us, because people don't really know the experience of traveling, especially when they leave their country. You know, like Nigeria, for example.
We don't always know it.
Yes, and I would like us to share. Like I would like to use this opportunity to bring my other guest. I know he has been on the line and cutting it on and off. This would be an opportunity for him to come tell us about his own travel experience. Dr. Somto, are you there? Can you hear us?
Emeka,
Yes.
okay, I've been having a call off, so that's why the network keeps dropping.
I completely get you. I completely get you.
Man, doctor as you be.
Doctor as you be. It's understandable, sir. You know.
So you have to get me up to date on what
Yes.
exactly where we are currently.
Oh, perfect segue for me to reintroduce. For those who are just joining us, I can see on the live stream we have a couple people watching us live, and right here we have about 4 people watching us, and we're in the same conversation. We're talking about traveling, and traveling is like a broad term. In this term, I mean like traveling, like, okay, where have you traveled to? What does traveling mean to you? Have you traveled to something? You can travel to different types of topics, and as a matter of fact, we did that. We started from walking. We saw you walking. We are like, oh, perfect. That is the way of traveling that we all are aware of, and we know. You know, that is something that everybody has a Legacy Benz. You know, that's what I like to say. Everybody has a Legacy Benz, but some people are not entitled to it. Yeah, show them your Legacy Benz. You know,
I walk. I walk for Lagos.
For Lagos, we've all legged. I've legged 11 kilometers back home before, and it was like that's what I'm saying. That is not
for small 11 kilometers.
I stand to look. I just wanted to show you guys what the time is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a number 5. I like traveling through time. You know, so if I see times like that, it stands out to me. So back to your question, Somto, as per where we are on the topic. He was telling us about his travel experience of experiencing racism. Now, Somto, you lived in a country just like I was. We were in Ukraine together, and we experienced some level of racism I can experience, right? And I would like you to use this opportunity, if possible, to share with us any experience of racism or any experience of bad traveling or good traveling that you've had. The floor is yours, sir. Or maybe he's on another call.
Actually, you know, I keep forgetting you are in Ukraine.
Yeah.
No, I can hear you. Sorry, I can hear you. It's just the settings of this. So I've not actually joined this stuff before. Can you hear me?
I'm very happy. Yes, we can hear you. I'm very happy for your first time guest. We have 3 first-time guests on the show. Like, no, one person is an old-time guest, but she's not been here for a long time, and then the other ones are like first-time guests. So this is amazing. Thank you. And we are doing it like you guys are a natural. You are doing it like you've done this before. You guys know how to go. You stop when it's good to stop. I'm not even stopping you guys from talking. So please carry go. You know, sabi wetin that you do. Don't let me stop you.
Please don't worry. Don't mind me for the background noise. I'm still traveling as it is now. I'm still.
You talk about
Well, I've not gotten to my location. In fact, I have multiple locations to travel to, but please, if the background noise becomes much, just let me know. So maybe when I leave there, I can continue what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, one of the experiences I've heard about traveling. I would say it's more of a racial discrimination, despite the issue of tribal sentiments. Yeah, you know where I'm actually working now is more of a northern state, and from my name you can tell that I'm Igbo.
Mm.
So it's not this one is not about a race issue, but it's more of tribe and religion. So we still do get that sometimes. Like the last time I was trying to good evening, they bought a vehicle to this place. I don't know if I'm going to, my perspective as of that moment, it has just been that they are placing ladies, they are trying to place their ladies first. It's not about religion because some of the things they said before I had to, I decided not to go with the vehicle again. They spoke it in their own language. So I didn't really understand the whole context. I didn't understand what they discussed. Is it that they don't want to leave ladies there? That they rather just go with the ladies? But I was not the only male. I was not the only gentleman on that in that vehicle. So I felt a bit odd that it was me, the only guy that could not relate in their language. I was the only one that was asked that I should just please allow the make room. I should make room by dropping from the vehicle for the ladies to go. But you know, I've gotten to the point in my life that I don't overthink certain things. I just came down from the vehicle and just looked for another one. So that is one of the experiences I can recall at the moment about traveling that was not so,
Actually,
it
that,
wasn't a very good experience, but
thank you so
we
much for
won't let
sharing
such
that.
things
That
weigh
is,
us
that
down.
is, a, that is a good point because it actually does key into what something came to my mind. Eddie, I know you wanted to say, but I was like, something came to
No,
my
go
mind.
ahead, please go ahead, please.
What came to my mind is like, it does, at least now I know say you and Somto Kuku de Ukraine. I've always felt that we as Nigerians, especially as Nigerians, even for you, Steph, more especially you, who's here in the US, why it's harder for us to relate with the concept of racism here is that in our own country, the way we have to deal with tribalism, we are, especially like as much as Port Harcourt is still close enough to the east, it's still Igbo. All the while, look, I'll give you a good example. All this while, I always felt, and this is why for me, I believe for Nigeria to move forward, the concept of you are from where your father is from has to end. It has to end. UK, your mother was born in Sunderland, your father was born in Birmingham. You are born in London. You say that's where you from. You're from London. You want to tell me that me, as a man in my 30s, born in Port Harcourt all those years, who worked in Port Harcourt, paid tax in Port Harcourt, voted for my governor in Port Harcourt. But because I went to apply for a scholarship, and people saw my full name, somebody won't come and tell me that no, you're from go back to the east. Especially that most Ikwere people speak Igbo as well. Then that's Port Harcourt. At the same time, I'm going to say one thing just before I know if more Nigerian cities they will come and fight me. That's why I didn't put my full name. Yes, I understand that we Igbos we kind of have a bad habit. It's not a bad habit, it's more like it's the way we say certain things. Especially when it comes to like describing Lagos, we call Lagos no man's land. I understand where the sentiment of it comes from. It's supposed to be a good thing. Come to Lagos, you succeed, you achieve, you are from Lagos. But because of how Nigeria is where we are so tied to the idea of you're from where your father is from. Somebody who your father's grandmother was born in Lagos originally, back in the days of where the canal was the whole state, is fighting with me because I said I stayed in Lagos. Or not even me, an Igbo guy who said I was born in Lagos. Listen, I don't want to be tribalist, but let's shift it back to 2 elections ago. Where we had
the current governor, running against Jimmy Abaji, where the all back with full confidence came and said that anybody who votes for this other guy, any Igbo Easterner in Lagos who vote will drown in the lagoon. This is what the man said.
That what he said?
That's what he said. When it was the foreign election against Jimmy Abaji, he said any Easterner in Lagos who votes against Jimmy will wake up and drown in the lagoon. Wow. He was very flawed about it. Because, and the funny thing is that Lagos is like, I don't like to criticize it, but Lagos is very progressive. We have loads of Easterners who are local government chairman in Lagos. But yet, go to the East. How many local government chairmen in the East are non-indigenous? So I get how it is annoying for Lagosians. But for me, first of all, if I ever became president of Nigeria, I will abolish federal character. But I understand why nobody can abolish it right now. Because we are not even fair to ourselves. I'm like, put it this way, how did I meet you? It's just that we came to a party, me and our cousins, we know ourselves. Then it was when we were talking, we now realized that we have family members who are actually the same. That's when we knew our family members.
Yep.
We've never known ourselves before. We just found out that
we had randomly, like, oh yeah, do you know this person? Yeah, that's my uncle. That's my sister.
That is how it should be. Nigeria is, look, I strongly believe in one Nigeria. Yeah. But at the same time, I know that there are many problems involved in one Nigeria. So maybe it's why we are. But at the same time, I know I keep diverting. The segue from all this from the start is abroad, a lot of us, when we experience racism here, is people feel that we don't react enough. The reason why we're not reacting is that even in our own country, the stress when person don't go through.
It's more than enough.
It's more than enough. Like, so what do I be fighting here about?
This is too much stress. This is not.
I was trying to renew Nigerian. I was trying to get my Nigerian passport before I applied for UK visa in Lagos, and somebody is telling me that
I was trying to get my
Nigerian
passport before I applied for UK visa in Lagos, and somebody is telling me that I was
trying to do Imo State. What am I? If that's what I went through, just to collect the Nigerian passport, that's my country. Is it not here that I will argue about policeman stopped me and he put gun on me? That is actually a real life story.
Real life story. So tell us about that story, because now I'm going to do the next thing, which is I have a hold on, give me 1 second. I'm here myself and it's kind of distracting me. But I have the next part of the show, which I'm actually going to do, which is part of the topic, which is traveling. So I'm going to be traveling to a friend of mine. That's why I have the iPhone camera here. I'm going to bring that one up, and I hope you guys can see the big screen over here. I'm going to do this. Give me a second. I'm going to make this one the main screen. Give me 1 minute there. Let me do this. Boom. So this will be the main screen. I'll take this guy away from here. I'll turn on the lights.
See me showing up projector. I've made it in life.
All right. And you guys should be able to still hear me and see me and everything. But I'll be using... Okay, that one works. That works right there. Hopefully, I can have you guys show up. I'll pull you up to the middle of the screen here like this. All right. And this guy come over here, and then I can be over here. I'm sorry, shall we put you there? All right. Perfect. So I'm going to put my earpiece back. I couldn't hear you guys this whole time because it was distracting to hear my voice echoing on itself. But what I will do now is I'll take my phone and I'll step out. Literally, and you will continue the podcast, but I'll be driving and traveling, and we'll talk about the next part of the show. I just have an event to go, but the podcast doesn't end. You see, that's why it's FlyEd on the Wall podcast, because we are on the move all the time. All right.
When you're busy and successful like Dr. Eddy, my role model.
It's about role model.
It is
I'm
white,
honored, sir. I'm honored. My teeth is not white, it's yellow. Don't let this camera deceive you.
Our doctor. Our surgeon.
It is I am honored. I am honored beyond all these little doubts.
All the mathematics that I've learned in this life, all the physics I've solved, I never still reach level like this. Oh God. You see, this is distracting our viewers. This is why I need to at this point. Is there any single person here? Please, I want to marry us. If you have sense and you're smart and you're not short, at least let me start with you now that I can send it to Dr. Eddy. Let them go and learn.
Let me go and learn, because let me see if I can have everything. Oh,
my family produced 3 engineers and
3 engineers and 1 doctorate holder. Please, I need people that have sense.
That's why we have the Flight on the Wall podcast, so that you guys can join us and we can be live happening. Let me go ahead. I'm going to switch my camera now. Are you guys hear this one? Are you guys hear me?
I can see you.
You can still see me? You can still see me? All right, perfect. So now we are moving. We are going to the next part of the podcast. We're going to continue the show. It's just that the only difference is that I'll cut off. I'll cut off. We're traveling, right? Traveling on the Eddy4ShoT's Flight on the Wall podcast. We're going to be traveling through.
Eddy is in the situation of right now. Meaning to drive. He's driving a black powered car. So that's the fifth version of driving. Remember, the second iteration of traveling was horseback. Third iteration was horseback with carriage. Fourth iteration was the first combustion. There. Random knowledge. Sir.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? I can hear something.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Eddie, I don't really hear you. Relax, bro.
Sorry, guys. I'll be back. My live stream is not working as I expected, so I'll be back. Somto, no vex. I'll start this stream again when I come back. Okay, forgive me. Yeah, I'll be back.